Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The fact that we were violated in so many different ways of not being able to trust people. And we don't want to be able to, we're such big-hearted people that we just feel taken advantage of as well.
As we continue to cover more burglaries in the FM area, many victims tell us that even just a small item stolen feels like a large violation.
Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz has the exclusive story of one break-in and clues that the family involved hopes will help bring closure.
They try to just get in by the handle. Handle's broken off, no longer here.
In broad daylight last Friday, while Kayla Moen and her boyfriend were both at work, one or more burglars shattered her back door and stole several valuables, including multiple watches, a MacBook Pro and iPad, and 2 guns.
Which is unsafe for us as well, because if we were to come home while they were doing it, we don't know what would exactly happen.
She says at least 5 neighbors have come to her since, talking about their own burglaries. But Moen says she's most worried for her 2 children.
We don't know if they're going to feel unsafe being in their bedrooms now, or the uncertainty of always making sure our doors are locked, all our windows and everything now.
In the meantime, Moen's been trying to figure out who the burglars could be, posting a picture of a footprint on Facebook. She figured out it's an Under Armour brand, but a local shoe store tells me it could be a sneaker or a boot. Over at the Fargo PD, Jessica Schindeldecker says identifying the shoe can help to solve the crime.
We come in contact with an individual who matches the description or the MO for that type of crime, and we locate a pair of shoes that matches that.
Schindeldecker says the stolen guns can also be traced through their serial numbers, if they can be recovered.
We went to all pawn shops. We dropped off pictures and items and everything, so they watched out as well.
And speaking of guns, though Moen lost hers, she has a new form of security in her home.
We've already got some cameras, so we're going to be putting them inside and out. Nowadays has changed. Fargo-Moorhead has changed, and we definitely need to make sure our homes are more secure.
In Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Police say they've taken photos of the footprint and have the numbers for the registered guns.
Finally, temps go the other way, only to be followed by strong winds. Let's find out from Hutch where it all goes tonight. Hutch?
Well, you know, we've enjoyed a nice rise in temperatures into the 20s to near 30 degrees as we went through the latter portion of the day. Now, the wind stays tonight. Plan for it. It's going to be gusty, but temperatures will also not fall quickly. We're going to see a clear skies south, a few clouds up north, but breezy everywhere, with temperatures staying in the 20s here over the next few hours in Fargo, and likewise only dipping into the teens until we get into the late night hours in Grand Forks. Your Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Will your whole box of chocolates melt? I'll have details on a warmer forecast coming up here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Police in Grand Forks are searching for a high-risk sex offender who's on the loose, and they could use your help. Authorities say 87-year-old Roger Whaley removed his monitoring device and may have left the area. Whaley was recently released from jail and was living at 18 North Washington Street. Police say he may be driving a car that looks like the one on your screen, a 2003 green Subaru Outback with North Dakota license plate 915 CCS. Whaley was convicted of child pornography in January of last year. You can call police if you have any information on him.
Grand Forks police are also offering a $500 reward to anyone with information on a man who they believe was involved in an armed robbery. Take a look at your screen. Surveillance video from a local business found a man that looks very similar to the suspect who robbed Valley Dairy in January. They also caught footage of the man's car. Anyone with information should contact Grand Forks PD 701-787-8000.
A Minnesota man is in custody after allegedly firing a taser at a Clay County deputy before being shot. 2 deputies responded to the home of 19-year-old Brady Adrian Saturday night on a report of a suicidal man with a knife. According to the Minnesota BCA, Adrian attacked one of the deputies, punched him multiple times, and knocked a taser from his hand. Adrian then reportedly picked the taser up from the ground and fired it at the deputy. That's when the other deputy on scene shot Adrian. He was taken to the hospital for a non-life-threatening injury and then booked into the Clay County Jail on assault charges. Both deputies have been placed on paid leave during the investigation.
An evaluation is being done on a woman who fired a gun in West Fargo early this morning. Just after 2 a.m., the shot was fired in a home on Center Street north of Main Avenue. The neighborhood was on lockdown for about an hour and a half. Police say the woman was apparently suicidal. Neighbors were able to get 3 guns out of the house. No one was hurt in this incident. The woman's name is not being released at this time.
Police in Moorhead have noticed a concerning increase in the number of scams being reported. In the last 2 weeks, Moorhead officers took 16 different fraud reports. The scams varied. However, they often shared the common goal of theft by deception. Grandparents have also been the target of choice. Police say to be extremely careful with providing personal information over the telephone.
Over 100 children in need received a pair of shoes after a large effort from the community and the University of Jamestown. The shoe donation was a joint effort between Samaritan's Feet and the university. Kids in grades K through 5 in Jamestown came to the Harold Newman Arena for a free pair of shoes that were donated either from a university student, faculty, or community member. University of Jamestown's men's and women's basketball coaching staff went barefoot to raise awareness of the fundraiser as well as donations of shoes. And thanks to the donations, 170 kids were able to take home a pair of new shoes.
The future of agriculture for area farmers is on the minds of those attending an annual event. This year, the Corn and Soybean Council hosted the Northern Corn and Soybean Expo. Guest speakers and breakout groups discussed everything from new technology to issues in the field. While markets are down for the products, experts are optimistic. Experts in the field say with livestock on the rise, corn and soybeans in the diets of animals should help their market. The North Dakota Game and Fish Department says the spring light goose hunting season opens this Saturday and runs until May 13th. The season is open for light geese, snows, blues, and rosses, and closed to white fronts, Canada geese, swans, and all other migratory birds. Game and Fish will provide hunters with migration updates once geese have entered the state. Hunters can access the department's website or call 328-3697 for more information.
Smile. Minnesotans and North Dakotans are some of the happiest and healthiest people in the country. The latest Gallup poll ranks states on a well-being index, Minnesota ranking 4th, North Dakota ranking 5th. South Dakota and Vermont were tied for 1st. Residents in both states tend to have good health, feel safe, and manage their finances well. And for the 9th straight year, Virginia placed last with high rates of obesity, smoking, diabetes, and depression. Hawaii came in 3rd among states that are happy and healthy.
While all eyes are on South Korea, a 3rd grade class is using the Olympics to learn about math and science. Their story later on Valley News Live at 6.
Up next, there's trouble between the people behind Detroit Lake's newest watering hole.